Okay, so welcome. Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so glad you guys are joining us for another episode of Sis It's Just Not God's Best for You Self-Actualize and Shine podcast show. And today we're doing something a little different. We're going to talk about reality TV shows, or this is going to be my segment of what's in the media, what's in the news, and we're just going to have our girl talk and break it down. And hopefully through our discussion, it can help someone else, help somebody else out there. And just learning from examples. I really feel like this is what this section should be called, learning from examples. We're not here to judge. We're not here to throw stones or throw shade. It's just we're learning from what we see online because, we all been there. So today we will be talking about the premiere of Love in Marriage Huntsville with me, Synquette, and she's a second-time returner, our guest, blessed be Brittany Brown. Thanks again for coming on the show. Welcome. Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to go on Facebook Live. YouTube, Instagram Live with this, but I'm gonna try to set up both. But yes, so tell me what you say it again.
I'm excited.
Yay, me too.
The first show was good. For the first show, I think it was amazing. No boring moment to me. None.
So if you could, how would you rate this episode from a scale of 1 to, should we do 1 to 10 or a grading of A through F?
No, I think 1 to 10. I think I'll probably give the episode because I know because I seen what's gonna happen on the season. But just the episodes in itself, I didn't have no dumb moments. I miss Wanda. I wish she was on it. So I'd probably give it about a 9 because I didn't see Wanda, but I did want to see Wanda on the opening episode. You get what I'm saying? That gave it a little pop, but
That's funny. Miss Wanda is, I guess, a fan favorite of the show.
Yes.
So you would give it a 9.
I would give it a 9 only because Miss Wanda was missing, and I kind of did want to see a little bit more of Melody. So.
I would give it, I don't know, it was a 7 for me. It was just okay. It was a nice little starter, but I'm pretty sure it's going to pick up as it goes along. So
What was missing?
Maybe nothing was missing, but nothing really caught my attention too much. That was really about it. So we gave our ratings. Do you want to start with the first scene?
Yes. Okay, so as far as the new opening is so different.
Yes.
The new opening, it was good. I like how they did the highlights of the show when they kind of went back and they, for the newcomers that have not ever watched it, they went over the show, they did the highlights, all that good stuff. But then when they were showing the cast and who they were, it kind of gave me Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless vibes. And I was just I don't like that part. I don't like how they brought him in, but I like Melody. Her outfit was cute. The way she walked, I like that. So the opening is okay. I hope they change that part though. But it was okay.
I actually liked the intro with the white, and it was just nice and crisp and clean looking. Yeah. They had them as couples. I actually thought it was kind of cute. I thought it was pretty decent. But that's a good point. Let's see. Hey, Kanisha girl. I know she's going to be watching. So thanks for joining us. And hey, Instagram Live. We're on Instagram, streaming through my phone.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll start with the scenes. Okay, so we're going to start with scene 1. I have my notes. I'm ready. Yay. So scene 1, as it was opening, was pretty much Marceau and Maurice with their uncle. He was the builder. So it was pretty much on the construction site of Scott Manor, talking about how they're going to get it built. So that kind of they opened it up pretty slow, but they wanted to show the progress of Scott Manor, which I don't know. Do you think it's a good idea? As far as them doing Scott Manor and one family all over it?
Okay, so I feel I can't really speak on if it's a good idea or not, but to me, it's very empowering to see that they have this kind of knowledge and skill set. You know what I mean? That don't happen every day. Even I was happy to see the Black architect. I was okay, you know what I mean? Because, and sometimes I feel in your mind, you think architects is just this kind of way or they look like this. So even seeing that architect and just hearing them talk about their plans, it was very empowering for me. So I liked it from that perspective. Even though I know what they was talking about when it comes to real estate, commercial land, I just thought it was like very good to see Black people, professional Black people in that kind of light. So I enjoyed it from that part. But yeah.
I don't know. I feel like them talking about Kimmy, and if Kimmy's gonna come on, I don't think that's a good idea for Kimmy to move. I don't think so. Come in, baby. You don't have to just come on. Oh Lord, kids. That kind of reminds me. Melanie was talking, holding the baby. We got to get it done. As moms, we got to get it done.
You know what? I hope we talk about that too. I like that part. That was a good segue. But yeah, I hope we talk about that.
That was a highlight moment for me when she did that. Okay, so for me, I don't think that's a good idea for Kimmy. But I feel like it was a good conversation. It was a good starter. But another thing they was talking about was the strawberry letter. I don't know if you heard the strawberry letter when Martell went on the Steve Harvey show.
I didn't hear that, but I'm familiar with the strawberry letter stuff.
That strawberry letter for me, it was kind of like get to the point. Like if you go back, everybody that go back and listen to the strawberry letter, it's on the Steve Harvey's website. It was like get to the point. I feel like Steve Harvey didn't know the backstory, so then they had to give him the backstory. And then when he got the backstory, Martell was pretty much on there to kind of like apologize. Steve Harvey told him to admit when you're wrong and apologize, because you broke her heart in public. So apologize in public. The apology needs to be just as big, and that's important. Whenever you hurt somebody and then you want to apologize, you make that apology just as big as the hurt. But the strawberry letter was cool, but I feel like the divorce was final when he did it, and it was just kind of like I wasn't feeling a strawberry letter, but that was good that they touched on it. I feel like, and then when he compared Tisha to Martell.
Tell me that part again. I don't remember that part.
They were talking about what was going on in the strawberry letter. Then Marceau said he feel like Tisha is kind of like Martell in a sense, as far as how they move when it comes to apologies and all of that. And I was just like, I don't see the comparison, but hey, he knows better than I do, honey.
And well, I want to talk about like maybe the mindset that Martell had when he did the strawberry letter, because in a way I feel like he was trying to make himself to be like a victim or something. Like, okay, I know y'all mad at me, but let me tell you, from my side of the story. And I really didn't like that. Like, why put your business out there like that?
Right. So, he need to definitely sit in it. He need to sit in it. But, okay. But needless to say, more manner. We're going to be watching close. It's in progress. Okay, now scene 1. Do you have anything else to say about scene 1?
No, those were just that was it basically.
Yeah, it was kind of basic, a little small scene. But scene 2, that's when I saw my girl Mel. So scene 2 is at Melanie's house. Now, when they first showed that house, even though I've seen it a few times, that's a nice house. Now, it's not nicer than the house she left from when they were married, but it's still a nice house. But the scene 2 was with Melanie and Destiny pretty much having that girl talk. And then Destiny reveals that she's officially divorced. So how you feel about that?
Okay, I do have some feelings about this. Oh, and then maybe I'll throw it back to you, because my feelings initially, I don't know, I've never been married, so it's from that perspective. But to me, from what I'm gathering, I felt like maybe she threw in the towel too quick, because I feel like they just got married not too long and they just had a baby. Yeah. And when they showed that scene about the whole last name thing, I'm pretty sure they may have divorced for other reasons. But if that was it, then I feel like they could have worked it out. I don't know what was going on behind closed doors, but from what I see on the outside, I'm like, they couldn't have worked it out. Like, I don't guess this was my thing about it.
Mine too. I felt the same way. I don't feel like that's the reason why they divorced, even though it was weird though. Like, if you're married, why don't you want to take your husband's last name? Like, for me, I kind of feel like that's kind of like demeaning him as a man to some extent. Like, he's not feeling like a man, his child have the same last name. You need to have the same last name as your husband.
Yeah.
But when the scene opened up at first, Melanie was pouring the glass of wine and she had like a lingerie on. So I'm like, I know ain't no man over there, but the way they opened it up, it kind of had me wondering. And then I thought she was giving a glass of wine to her mama. But I don't know, like the whole divorce thing, I kind of noticed that they were going to get a divorce because she would not post him. that when she posted, like when you post Christmas, happy Christmas from such and such, the Browns or whatever, you want to have your family. Baby, he was nowhere. It was just her and the baby. So I said, okay, they're going through a divorce. And then he stopped recording. They stopped showing him. So that's when I knew it was kind of like Trouble in Paradise, because she would go everywhere by herself. And so I was just like, that's not good. But it's kind of sad, because I don't think they were married for even 2 years. But I kind of seen that problem when she would talk to Mel about how he's not helping her. And it seemed like he wasn't putting the work in. Like, being married is one thing, but putting the work in, you can't be fighting by yourself. And that's like in any relationship. But it's just amazing that she felt like it was the sun came out because she finally got her divorce. So she was happy about it. But for me, she comparing Mel's years to hers and saying she didn't have many years wasted. But for me, I don't want to waste a month of my time.
True. Yes. But don't you feel like when you say those vows, it's like I just don't. But then again, I don't know. Maybe it's some things that you really do have to end your marriage for. And she never really said. She never said if it was cheating or anything like that. So she never really said. But I feel like if it was about like something that could be discussed, or I don't know. I'll just go by what she showed us. If it was about like not having enough help, I feel like, I don't know, she could have like maybe asked her in-laws to help or something like that. I don't think that's good enough. I don't want to say good enough, but I guess for me, I feel like that's not a reason that you should divorce somebody just because they're not helping out.
No.
Because things change. I could just imagine it's ups and then downs.
But think about the beginning.
Say it again.
Beginning, like when you get in the beginning of a relationship, you happy, you on cloud 9. I call it butterfly season. You got the butterflies. Like for me, they should have still been in love at that time.
Yeah, man.
It never went down like that. For me, like if it's not abuse or infidelity, then I don't feel like it's means for a divorce. But I feel like it had to be either one of those things. But I mean, I feel like I feel like he wasn't in it.
Yeah,
I feel like he wasn't in it. But as far as friendship goes, like how are you? Like Melanie Destiny said she didn't want to tell Melanie because she was going through her own thing and she wanted to go through it by herself. And Melanie is more so no, that's what friends are for. I'm here. So which one of those women you seen yourself in, like when you was watching that scene?
I felt Destiny, because I'm the same way. Like if my friend is already going through something, I'm not going to put my extra burdens on it as well. Because then sometimes they may feel like, well, I'm going through something too. So I don't know. I'm kind of like Destiny. And then maybe she felt like, although it was severe, it was a divorce, she was handling it by herself. Like she really didn't need support. Maybe she kept Melody out of it because she didn't want nobody to talk her out of getting a divorce. You know what I mean? Like maybe, how like sometimes you do that with your friends. Or when you're dating somebody, you don't bring them around your family because you already know they ain't gonna like them, so I ain't gonna bring them around you. And let me just do my thing and until otherwise. So maybe that's how she was thinking. Like, I'm not gonna tell Melody because I don't want her to like talk me out of my decision. I don't know, but I was siding with Melody. What about you?
Yeah, it's like for me, Melody is my Scorpio sister. We both Scorpios. So when she do things, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm all for it. So for me, I side with Melanie because I don't like that. I feel like,
oops, I'm sorry. I was saying Destiny. I meant to say I side with Destiny, but I said Melody. Destiny.
Yeah. Oh, I got what you're saying. But for me, I side with Melanie because for me, with friends, like I watch who I call a friend and all of that stuff. And if I'm going through something, I should be able, if I call you my friend, I should be able to pick up the phone and call you. So for me, I would have felt like a bad friend. Like for me, I question myself, like, why did you feel the need to not call me? Like, am I a good friend? Do you trust me? Do I provide that space that's needed?
Now, maybe I was looking out for you too, like your mental state. Okay. Let's say Melody wasn't going through a divorce. Do you think maybe Destiny would have shared it then?
I don't know, because it seemed like Destiny is just that type of person where she kind of want to go through it by herself. I feel like she still wouldn't have shared it. I think that was just an excuse for her to give her. Because I feel like y'all talk about everything else. I'm sure she talked to her about the filing and what he did today and how he did this today. So I feel like, why didn't you tell me? But it could have been a thing where she just broke down and it was like just horrible moment for her. But I don't like that she just didn't feel the need to pick up the phone and say, hey, divorce is final. I mean, she said she felt like it was such a light. Let's go out. Let's go party. I mean, let's celebrate that. Sometimes the divorce can be a celebration.
Oh yeah, I remember they be having those divorce parties and stuff. Oh, but I have a comment from Kanisha. Let's talk about this right here. You want to read it?
It say, baby, keep your apology. Your only story you got caught. He's horrible. Maybe she did step out or not. LOL. He deserved it if she did. Period. Nah, that's the period. Me personally, I don't believe Melanie cheated on him. Like, either though they were still legally married. But my thing is, once you did what you did, and then I had to move out, I could talk to her if I want to talk to her.
Right.
Because you had a whole relationship. So if I want to get my feet wet, that's what you deserve. But he just want to keep making an excuse. That's a narcissist in him. To keep making excuses.
I don't think Melody cheated either. That's not, no. She don't give me that kind. She was too invested. You ever like sometimes like you don't even, and she said it herself. She don't even feel like dating no more. She just don't have the energy for somebody else. He just pulled the wind out of her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that don't sound like it to me. So
this is a Scorpio woman. Let me tell you something. Scorpios are extremely loyal. We are loyal to the death. Okay, we are loyal. We're even gonna see later on in the scenes how loyal we are. Okay, because I want to discuss that scene, but we're gonna get there. But yeah, and then I understood what she meant. Like she wanted to be celibate.
Right, because she just got out of that with Martell. Like, look, let me get my mental space right before moving on. Yeah, completely. Scorpio. So when's your birthday? Are they like the September people?
No, November.
November, okay.
The end of October, the middle of November.
Okay. No. Okay. All right. So when's your birthday? November what?
November 16th.
And when's Melody's?
Melanie is November 11th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all are kind of close in birthday.
Yes.
So Kanisha said, my sister apologized to me, LOL. She said, I don't believe you signed those papers. I would have never. Then she wanted to divorce her husband, baby, until you go through some things. Mind your manners. Yeah. Let's see. She didn't cheat. He just wanted to make himself look and feel. Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
I'm not getting that vibe that she cheated. Yeah. He's just trying to make it seem like what he did wasn't that bad. Trying to justify it. Yeah. No, it was that bad.
I don't like how he did that, but but I'm done with that scene. I like the scene. It was good. I love it. I think that's all my little notes I have. So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so scene 3, it kind of coincides with scene 4, because scene 3 was when Marcel was working and his baby Marley or whatever. Keela kept calling and telling me she wants some chips. So he was working, and then Kimmy walks in preparing his so-called meal prep. And they discuss the party, and then they go back to where Tisha was at the boutique, having her little conversation with her cousin, and they was just going back and forth talking about the party planning and I guess the relationship between Kimmy and Tisha.
Right. So
what you think about that? Because for me, the meal prep I was like, why Tisha ain't cooking?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even consider that. Maybe she's not cooking because I don't know. I feel like cooking is different from meal prepping. Like meal prep have the chicken is supposed to be this amount of ounces and the rice should be so maybe you know what I mean? It was for that reason. I mean, not to say Tisha couldn't do it, but she was also in school, so she probably couldn't do something so grand, something so detailed at the moment. So yeah, go ahead and hire your sister-in-law. That's what she did. You know what I mean? If you're stronger in something than I am, it's gonna take me forever to do. I'll just hire you, and you can do it like that. So I didn't really think nothing of it per se. What about you?
I don't know. I was just like, meal prep is the easiest thing ever. Now, maybe dinner, I see we can order reservations. Dinner can be time consuming, but meal prep takes about, it could be different meals. I get it, but I don't know. I just feel like when you are a wife and you are a student and you are a mother, sometimes it's hard to kind of juggle it. And I get, he can cook for himself, but I just feel like by knowing, from what I'm seeing from Marceau, I know the type of man he is. He's very old school. He's very a woman belong in the kitchen, make sure home is taken care of. He don't like the whole millennial woman where she's working. And I feel like you kind of know what you got into when you married him. So I'm not saying she have to still be the same, but come on, meal prep, like you can do meal prep. You get what I'm saying? You can bring lunch. You can Uber eat the lunch.
Well, isn't Kimmy like a caterer? So I just feel like it's her special.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's what he said that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't even know she was a caterer.
I felt like it was like she was calling DoorDash or something. You know what I mean? Like, but her sister-in-law does it. I don't know. That's just what.
Think about it. Kimmy's a nurse, a real estate agent, and she cook, and she's a caterer. So Tisha can do it too. Then.
Okay, but Kimmy kids is basically grown. Like I feel like Tisha got bait. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, that's true.
She basically like like she don't. I feel like it's not as demanding. Yeah. But yeah. So
she wear a lot of hats.
And I feel like that's probably because she's like an empty nester. I think that's what they call like when your kids are out the house and grown.
No, they have the other child. Her son is gone, but they still have Monster. His name Monster.
Yeah. How old is Monster though?
I don't know. I think Monster may be about 14 or about 14. Looks like it to me, 14, 15.
See, so he's like self-sufficient too. Yeah. Versus Tisha got like the little girl, like her kids still seem like 14 and under.
Do you think she got her nanny? Do you think she finally got her nanny that she was asking Marceau for? Do you think she got her nanny?
No, I think Miss Wanda is the nanny.
See, Miss Wanda could have did the meal prep there. Meal prep should have been. Sorry, Tisha should have did meal prep. Then I like when you said sister-in-law. I want to get into that too because that was something I learned during scene 3 and 4. She said that I think it was her cousin. She asked her Kiki, the Kiki. So Kiki was asking her about the relationship between her and Kimmy, and she was saying how Marceau and Maurice were best friends. I always thought they were brothers.
They are brothers. I picked up on that too. But like you said, I think let me Google real quick.
Yeah, I believe they may be friends.
Because they both got the Scott's they both had the same last name.
Could be a coincidence. It could be because somebody, she did an interview, Tisha did an interview and they asked her, are they brothers? And she was like, she didn't want to say it. So my thing is if they were brothers, why you didn't say it? For me, I'm going to take it as they just are best friends and they just have the same last name. That's probably they became best friends. Your last name's Scott, mine too. We might be cousins. And they
I just Googled real quick. It say Scott is a younger brother of Maurice Scott. So Marcel Scott. Yeah.
So they're brothers?
I think they are.
She said best friends. She said they're best friends.
I picked that up too, but I think they really are brothers.
Because I tried to see a picture, like when they introduced the comeback group and they had the picture of all the little kids when they were small. I don't know if Maurice was back there. I don't know it.
Maurice and Marceau and Maurice Scott are blood brothers. Mm-hmm.
What website is on?
It's on oneworldinformation.com.
I ain't never heard them before. Never before in my life. I'm gonna have to dig deep on that one. I'm starting to believe they're not brothers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's something that we should figure out for sure. But some investigation on.
I'm gonna do my little investigation, my little private eye, Scorpio detective type thing.
Okay. Yes. Let us know what you find out.
Then Marceau asking Kimmy to plan a party. Do you think Kimmy was right when she told him, no, sir, I'm not helping you plan a party?
Yeah, I do.
Me too. Like, no, you haven't even. I love when she was like, everybody else, like, what the people that was talking about me, let them help you plan that party. Like, he got some nerve even asking her to plan a party.
Exactly. You know, they're not like that with each other. Like, don't force it.
But I'm laughing at the comment. That's hilarious.
I That's the vibe I got too. I felt like she didn't realize that maybe they really were, so she just said the friend part. It threw me off too. It did throw me off. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought they were brothers. But then, like I said, I considered the swords. I'm like, maybe she just was confused.
Not an airhead, Miss Alvin. Not an airhead.
Oh, I can't wait till we talk about that scene because somebody picked up the shade that. Who was it? Her uncle? Who was the older guy that was like, I raised her?
That was the cousin.
You catch the shade when he's like, I raised her on the other side of the tracks. I was like, oh, right.
Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Okay. Now I like that. I googled their ages. They're brothers. You know, she's a bit of an airhead. Now that is funny. I swear.
Yeah.
I feel like she's a sweetheart, but she just don't have it all. But I just want to make sure. But I do also want to say, when they came into scene 3 and 4, Kimmy green screen, like when she did, you know, like the interview and stuff, she was so cute. That green was everything.
Oh, girl, that me too. I have that on my notes. By the way, I like Kimmy's green look. I'm like, we're gonna have to talk about it.
She had the green dress. She had the green. I feel like she really came to slay this season. For me, she's the best dress so far. Of the first episode, she's the best dress. She had the best style.
And I like her because like she's older, but she still is like together. Like she's in shape. She's just, I don't know,
career driven. All that stuff. So I love that look. I'm gonna try to mimic it. That look was just everything. I love it. So,
I liked it too. Shout out to her glam squad.
Yes, she did the doggone thing. But I mean, and then another thing, how Marcel was trying to do the party with no Miss Wanda. Marcel, you're a hater, okay? Because he knew you've been married to Tisha for how long? You know how his mama is. He should be used to it by now. Mm-hmm. So that's messed up that he do not want Miss Wanda at her graduation. So he needs to kick rocks about that one. I don't appreciate that. Mm-hmm. But I think that's all I got for 3 and 4. Scene 3 and 4. Okay. I have to mention that green dress. Yeah. Should we go to scene 5?
Yes, let's go into scene 5. Okay.
So scene 5 was Destiny and Martell. Where Martell walks into Destiny's, I guess, beauty store. Now, for me, that was the highlight of last night's episode. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
What do you think of that scene and what was said?
Okay, so I had a lot to say. I said Martell doesn't like to be held accountable for his actions. He wants the woman to shut up and just be grateful that she has a man. But the saying comes to mind, I can do bad all by myself. Like I'm not gonna be happy just to be with you, just to say that I have a man. Like I could just be by myself for all that. And I wrote, I don't need nobody gaslighting me, like how he was doing, you know what I mean, to Melody. And I felt like if he really loved her and if he really cared about the marriage, he shouldn't be putting her through all those mental gymnastics. Like he just played too many games. I didn't like it. And I felt like a relationship should be mutually beneficial to both parties, not just one-sided. So I felt like he was getting all the benefits, but he wasn't loving Melody the way that she needed to be loved in return. So that's what I got from that scene right there.
I feel like he was rude, and I feel like if Destiny slapped him, I would not be mad. Because for me, it was just so disrespectful. It's like, first off, you walk in here with products. Are those your side chick products? Because I'm trying to ask you what the product said and what's going on. And I'm thinking, okay, he must be selling some products for the side chick. That's why he ain't saying it. But it's just like she said, you can tell that he's just not the brains of the operation because you're trying to sell these products, but you haven't even signed nothing. Don't come in my store if these products, you ain't got no contract. Come to me when your business is in order, okay? But like she said, that's just to show how he may be one of those, shout out, all right, Burby. That's just to show how Melody pretty much was the brains of the operation, and she did everything. Like I remember even going back to the season before when they had an argument about him getting mad because she didn't cook, and he felt like I don't have to cook, I have a wife. So that's just to show how his mindset is, how she have to do everything, you know, and all of that good stuff. But I do like how he took responsibility. I did like it. I feel like I've never seen him take that much responsibility to a certain extent. How he was like, that's my child. And, you know, it is what it is. I'm ready to move forward. So I seen him in a whole nother light on that scene when he really stood in it and told Destiny, hey, that's my child, and it is what it is. Now, as far as the post, do you feel like the post was disrespectful that he did when he posted the little baby?
Tell me again, refresh my memory.
So he posted Milani, his youngest daughter, with Melanie on his lap, and he was pretty much saying how he's taking the kids to school. He's already took 4, he got 1 more to go. So he was pretty much public. That was his first time publicly acknowledging that he had a 5th child. He confirmed it on that post, but Melanie went off on Instagram because she felt like, why would you acknowledge your outside child with a picture of my child that you barely even claim, that you barely talk about?
Okay, so I feel like maybe medium about it. I get what Melody is saying, but I do feel like Martell, like you didn't have to do that. You're just trying to like be extra. You know what I mean? Like you should feel like some sort of shame too. Like this is an outside baby. It's still a baby, you know, but you shouldn't just, I don't know. I don't like that. The glow.
At what point though does he move on and say, this is it, this is just what it is? And you know, he becomes the father to the baby because the baby didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was time, even though it's fresh.
Could he had not included her daughter in? Yeah. I know they are brothers and sisters.
The post was definitely wrong. It was not right.
Yeah, he couldn't just did it separately. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Melanie said when she went on her Instagram rant, you can go picture. She said photo shoots are not that expensive. You and her can go get a photo shoot with the baby. Okay, and I agree with that. Go get a photo shoot with your baby. Don't put my baby nowhere near. You know, don't do that.
Because right now it's too soon. Like eventually, they are brothers and sisters. It is what it is. Like you said, they're going to be around each other. But right now it's just too soon. Like just kind of have some like, what is it? Like coof, I think that's the word. Like just have some respect. Like you already stabbed her in her back. Don't gotta twist it, you know, like relax. So the only thing I wish that Melody would have did was just like didn't even say anything. You know,
I mean, I feel like he's a big person.
He did that on purpose, huh?
Yeah, he definitely did it on purpose. He wanted to trigger her. He knows what triggers her. And see, Scorpios can do that. We can pretty much act nonchalant about stuff, even though we see it. We'll be like, we're above that. But you trigger us, you're gonna definitely get what you want. And she definitely gave him what he wanted because she went off on Instagram. It was crazy. But Martell telling her that's why y'all ain't got no man and y'all friends. I feel like that was just rude. Like it's like you want a woman to be quiet. Like we ain't got no opinions. You know what I'm saying? But when she said we too woman for you, that's what it is, and that's how I feel. There's way too much woman. But I think that's. Let me see, man. I just didn't like the whole double standards of it all. And you could just tell when they was talking about when she confronted him about the post. And she was like, you don't think that was kind of like, you know, bad? And when he was saying something, you know, she kind of like ain't want to hear it, especially when he was talking about that's why you ain't got no man. And when she hit him with that little box, let me see what you got in your little box. You know, when they say little, your little house, your little job, when she hit him with that little box, I was like, okay, she done. She over it. So that's all I got for scene 5. But it was good. It was the highlight of the show last night for me.
I enjoyed it too. I learned a lot. Like I say, like you mentioned, he just seemed like the type that when he was just saying like, that's how come you don't got no man. And this is why I'm glad that again, Tony Gaskins, I remember he was saying like with him and his wife, is no gender roles. Like why? So what? You have a wife and you're mad that she's handling business too. You should be able to pick up the slack as well. Like in a word, like they got it twisted now. Huh?
Yeah, I like that too. I do like that about him and his wife. They said she ain't got to cook. They can go eat Chef, whatever, Chef Taco Bell, Chef such and such, go get something to eat. I like that too. And how he deals with the kids and all of that. But you have to also realize who you're marrying because Let's be honest, they have men that are like that. They old school and they want their wife to cook and clean. So you know, if you want the whole, you know, the man that believes that, you know, you shouldn't have roles, you have to marry somebody like that. And if you marry somebody that feels like a woman role is in the kitchen and take care of the kids, I mean, you married that person. So all that evolving and let's change. No, baby, you got to start how you want to finish. And if that's how we started this race, baby, that's how it's going to finish. Okay.
Well, I feel like that's kind of tough too, because you are not, let's say you get married at 20, you're not the same person that you are in 30. So it's almost like you're not giving that person permission to change and evolve. Like, you know, I may have wanted this when I was in my 20s, but I'm different now. Kind of like, do you watch Married to Medicine?
I used to watch Married to Medicine. I haven't really been on my medicine. The last episode I saw of Married to Medicine was when Quad and she got into it with Toya, and Toya walked out her house crying, and that's the last episode. So I got to binge watch that.
Okay, well, you know enough about Scott and Contessa and like their little contention, because I think she wanted to go back to school or something, but he kind of wanted her to be in the house and take care of the kids, kind of thing. And it's just like, why can't I not grow? It ain't always going to be like this. Let me just do my little schooling and then I'm gonna get back to mommy duties. But like, and it is very true. If Martell want to do something or these men want to do something that's like, let's go across the country for this business opportunity. Oh yeah. Women are expected to be quiet and go. Yeah. But how come like the same thing isn't done for a woman? Like if she want to just expand herself and it's just temporary, like they just be wanting to go to school. They be acting like the wife is leaving the planet, but for school, I just like, dang.
That part, I get what you're talking about with Contessa, because Contessa's a hardworking, independent woman. She's a doctor too, so I feel like if she's a doctor, he should have allowed her to go to school and perfect her craft. I get that was temporary, but with Martell, he want his wife to cook always. That's not temporary. We're more so, Tisha was a stay-at-home mother all of those years. Now, all of a sudden, you want to go out in the working world. I mean, you know, I feel like with Contessa, they kind of started how they wanted to, you know, they started like that. He met her, they was hard working. She was going to school and she was, I forgot what she said. I don't know if she was going to, you know, when they go off and I forgot what they call it. Residency when they met and all that. So he knew what was there. You know what I'm saying? She just want to better herself and leave. I get that. They shouldn't have had a problem. But when you go to Martell and Marceau, those men kind of like principles. Standards change, principles stays the same. So those men feel like that's what their principles are. They want their woman in the kitchen taking care of the kids. I feel like it's not fair. I mean, yeah, Tisha went off and she did her thing, but I kind of understood what Marceau was like. If I wanted a wife like that, I would have married somebody like that. You need to be in the house. It's not fair, but I feel like, I mean, you married him and that's how he was. And I feel like you can't change the contract. It's a contract. It was a contract and you can't break it.
I just feel like you just never know how people may change and grow. Like we're humans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And then even when I think about like the Proverbs 31 woman, that lady was busy. She was a seller. She was this and she still took care of her home. So, you know, everybody talk about they want a Proverbs 31 wife or be that kind of woman, but that lady was working. Like she sold, she had employees, she rose up early, fed the kids, she was still, that's why I'm like, it can be done. Like, why is you do not have to, for me, I just feel like you don't have to just be in the kitchen. You can do both. I feel like
at some point though, something's gonna lack. Like being a mom and being a wife at one time and working, at some point, everything's not gonna get 100%. It's just not. Like your job may get 80, your kids may get 10. You won't be able to read stories every night or go everywhere. I mean, at some point, you know, when she went from being a total wife taking care of the kids to working, somewhere she lagged. That's why she said she needed a nanny, because if it was just her, she couldn't get it done. But I mean, but you asking him for his help, and I get it, you know, you want to change, so you ask him for help. But at the same time, he feels like, look, I ain't got to do that because that's not what I signed up for. So,
but are those not your kids too? You know what I mean? Like,
I get it, but I think he's always been that way. I think, you know how I feel like before the show, before the cameras came on, these women was okay with how they was. They was okay. Melanie was okay with the cheating. She ain't leave. Tisha was okay with Marceau, being like that. You got to cook, take care of the kids. No, you can't work. She was okay with it. The cameras come on. Now they trying to be superwoman. They trying to grab the confidence to leave. They trying to be working women. Like you can't. I feel like that's not fair.
Okay, and if that's the case, I understand that. Yeah. If they're flipping the script out of nowhere. But I guess kind of like for me, like, I'm already into this kind of stuff, so I couldn't imagine like marry somebody that just would have me to be my life. But I do get with everything being priorities. I do feel like home, husband, kids comes first.
Yeah.
That needs to be 100%. I should not be lacking in that. So that should be like number one. And then if I have like some time, like the kids are in school and I'm home, now I have free time. Okay, let me get on my laptop and do a little something. So, but yeah, as long as kids and family is first and there's no like holes in that, I feel like they should be able to do other things. Yeah. So, but oh, say it again.
Sacrifices, a lot of sacrifices. He's just gonna have to help her. I mean, because like she told him, I got these degrees. You thought I wasn't gonna never use them? Like use them. And then I think he said the agreement was once the kids got out the house or something, she was gonna go to work.
Okay, see, there we go. That's what I'm saying too. Like, yeah, when they're like in school or like you said out the house, then okay, I get it. That they should stick to that arrangement then.
That was the arrangement, and now she's changing it up, and that's not fair.
Okay, no. I get it. Okay, I didn't know that part, but that's what I'm saying too. Like, I don't feel like kids should be neglected and stuff like that.
No.
Don't you had to do that stuff before you said I do. You know what I mean? You had to get that out your system. But once you say I do, that's it. Yeah. So sister, because you said that sister girl, you said a word. You can't change the player's game in the 9th inning.
Period. It is what it is. It is what it is. She better stay home.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello.
Yes. Hey, Nasir. Nasir.
Yeah, Nasir. Ha ha. Or however you say it.
Yeah, right.
However you say it. Hello. So I'm done with scene 5. Are you ready for scene 7?
Yeah. Yes.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, we stayed on that for a while.
Okay, so scene 7 was pretty much the party, the surprise for Tisha.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I mean, that was my second favorite scene. I thought it was good. When it started off with the food, and that food looked good. Whoever was on that grill, they definitely did their thing, honey. That food was looking right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it. I was happy to see Melanie. I ain't surprised Melanie was invited. She didn't get escorted out. She stayed the whole time. I was happy to see Melanie there. And then Destiny came along, so I was here for it. I'm just wondering why Martell didn't come.
Do you think maybe he's not gonna come later?
No, because they would have definitely filmed that. I feel like he didn't come.
Okay.
And it's like, well, why you didn't come? But I don't know. Him and Melanie on that whole kids. You have the kids. Melanie had the kids. I don't know. Maybe I feel like maybe it's kind of hard for him to see her too, to a certain extent. So maybe the divorce. I mean, it had been a month, I believe, but I don't know. But it'd been nice to have him.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Nice. Yes.
Thank you.
But I as far as like that scene, I feel like her family is like a ride or die family. I like Tisha family. It remind me of my family, especially. That's ride or die right there.
Okay, yes. And can we talk about that, the other side of the track part? Because I feel like Marceau just needs to admit that he did say it in the wrong way. He didn't mean it how he just said it. It came off the way that you, like you were better. So I'm just like tired of him like trying to beat around the bush with
downplay it.
Yeah, like stop. You know what you mean.
They came at him with that pressure. He had to go ahead and backpedal because they look like they will crowd you, and her family seem like they will fight. Okay. Yeah. So he was kind of like, look, I don't want no problems. I ain't mean it like that. Then he's talking about, I was in the projects, but I was in homeless. Why you say that to Tisha? Because she literally was hurt and cried by you saying that. So why you ain't say that then? Why are you saying that now?
Exactly.
So I don't know. Like when you say you was homeless, like was that because your mama said you can stay at your friend's house, or you left out the house and you slept on a park bench? Like if you was homeless, I think you would have said that. I think we should would have known it by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So exactly. It's like, what's your definitions of homeless?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I don't know about that one, but
you wouldn't use that phrase. You wouldn't have said other side of the track if that was the case, right? You wouldn't. That don't even fit.
And then when he said, just when I didn't invite Miss Wanda, millions are here. When I say I died laughing, I think I laughed for a good 5 minutes because he was right. Miss Wanda did not have to be there. Her Tisha family definitely represented. Tisha family is the family to have because they ride. And her cousin was like, because what we're not going to do is have Tisha be the stocking, be the stocking lamb, the lamb for the stock. And I was like, that's what's up. I like that. I like that.
They saying everything that Tisha should be saying for herself.
Yeah. Yeah, Tisha kind of like still stuck in there. She want to be Superwoman, but she still kind of like she kind of like humbling herself to a certain extent. She's like being very obedient to him. I feel like she definitely respects him, but she still have that, even though she's on this Superwoman empowerment, she still have that whole thing to where I feel like a man like him likes that. They want their woman to know that they're here and she's here to some extent. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what she's doing. Even like when she made her speech and she thanked her daddy first. Did you see how he looked at her?
No, I didn't pick that up.
I catch that look when she started her speech. She said, "Thanks, my daddy. We pray all the time." He looked at her, and then she was like, "And thanks, my husband." So yeah, that's just to show he feel like I'm up here overall. Okay, even but he's the man that he want to be before the kids. Okay, it's me. It's the kid. If he could be before God, he'd probably be before God too. If he could, but I don't know. I'm up here looking at my notes though. I'm just looking at my notes.
Okay, because I did say that too about Marcel. I feel like he thinks that he's better than Tisha. Yeah, and he's also like on that type time, like you should be happy to be with me. Yeah, that's like the vibe I get from him as well. And I feel like sometimes we as women do that to ourselves. Like for some reason, it seems like, I talked about this before. People put like relationships as the pedestal, like I made it, and then you ain't know about where your man at, and like you're less of a person without that. And I don't even know why, but somehow it has came to that, and that's how come I feel like Marceau and Martell feel like they can do whatever they want to do. Just be happy to be with me. You see what else is out there. You'll be single. You die by yourself. It's just like, whoa, no, somebody out there will treat me right. Because I feel like I have the guide of what you said it the last one too. Like the definition of love, as the Bible states, in the way it is in Scripture. Do I feel like you're being patient? Do I feel like you're being kind? Like I shouldn't be feeling stressed consistently because of you. You should not be my headache. I feel like I should be coming to you for strength and replenishment from what I had to deal with out in the world. Like I do not want to like be doing all this extra stuff outside in the world and then have to fight in my household. Right. So
definitely be my peace. But I feel like that's how Tisha is though. I feel like that's how Tisha is. She feel like that's her thing. I feel like if her marriage fall apart, it's all over. I feel like it definitely hurt her. You can tell by the comments she made, we're happy, She give off that energy of I have a man, I have a husband, I have the life. I feel like that's the energy that I get from her. I don't get that energy from Mayo and Kimmy, because Kimmy's been a single mother before. And
Mel know, and I feel like Kimmy know, like their self-esteem is like a little higher to me, because they know what one man won't do another man with. Like Melody it's nothing for her. Same thing with Kimmy. Like they just know. Like but I feel like maybe Tisha may feel like Marceau is the best she can do, and it's not. So
no, it's definitely not. It's not. But that's how she feels, and that's the energy that I get. But I was surprised that Melanie even stayed so long, because she give me that energy. Be like, yeah, I can leave. Like I don't have to be here. But I think she stayed longer for the kids. That's what I think, because I feel like. She got it like that. She ain't got to be there. But that's it.
You notice how she called her Letitia? Did she call? I feel like she used her like whole name for Letitia. I was like, oh, Interesting. She said, "Love Tisha."
Okay. Now let's talk about when Kimmy and Letitia had their little. Who do you feel like in the wrong? Do you feel like Tisha wrong? Do you feel like Kimmy's wrong? Who do you feel like is wrong?
I can't really. That was kind of hard for me to figure out either, because I heard what Tisha was saying, but at the same time, I feel like she kind of be like a baby a little bit.
Yeah. Very much so, running every episode. Very much so.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want to invalidate her feelings, because okay, you feel the way that you feel, and we should listen to them and pay attention to them. But I understand what Kimmy was saying too. Nobody defended her when they was calling her a home wrecking hussy. Well, she didn't say that, but that's what's kind of what she was implying. So I get what they're both saying.
I don't know. I feel like Tisha too old for that. She too old for that. Like, I feel like I'm not the person to where we have to keep revisiting this every time I see you. I'm the person where we're gonna talk about this one time and one time only, and that's gonna be it. Like even when she pulled Kimmy to the side, I'll be like, no, we're not about to do this today. I'm gonna go get some water.
That's what I should have remembered to think about. Like, this is your celebration, Tisha. I don't want to be talking about friendships with no other.
We did that at your baby's birthday party. Remember they did the last season, we did that at your baby birthday party. Mm-hmm. We had to call Mel in the room. Like, look, what we not about to do. When she came to pull me, baby, I probably would have kept walking, because then she want to cry every time. And then for me, it was the shade when she told her, I understand, like you tell me, people are different. People are raised different. I think Holly a family, or she said some extent to where she thinks family is important. And it was a shade to where you feel like Kimmy don't value. No, she said, I value family. That's her word verbatim. Like, I value family, but you don't.
Yeah, no.
That would have been a problem. Like, for me at this point, me and Tisha probably would have I probably couldn't be able to talk to her, because we probably would have gotten into a fist fight or something. Like, I wouldn't be able to deal with her no more. I just can't do it. Comment. Do you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Tisha is two-faced through last season. When the ex-wife was on the show as a sister-in-law, she should have said nothing. Just my opinion. I don't know. See, that's my thing. I like Kimmy though. I feel like even though I love Mel, she's my favorite character, I secretly could see myself being Kimmy. I want to be Kimmy one day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like her whole aura and what she stands for,
I like her too, because keyword, that's what I was going to say. She stands for, she can stand by herself. She don't need to be Team Melody or Team Tisha, Team that. She can just be her own and be fine.
Yes, and then Maurice is a good husband to her, seems like it. It seemed like she got that backing. He's the only, as far as the men, Maurice is like, yes. You know what I'm saying? He's it. He's the dream guy for them, I guess.
Out of what we've seen.
I hope she wasn't a side chick, but we'll never know. But I feel like he supports her, and I feel like I see them in it strong. I really do.
Me too. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. That is a model of it working. Like, because I never hear him say anything that her like wifely duties or like she's neglectful on them. But she's still, like you said, a nurse. She's a case. She does all these things. So that's why I'm like, I know it's possible. And it's possible when you have a real good support system, because I know if the shoe was on the other foot, Kimmy would do the same for him. Like some areas where he was like slack and she would fill in. I just don't feel like that's right for it just to be on all one person because I'm a woman or you're a man. It's just.
Oh, I agree with that. I would definitely not want to marry a man like Maurice and Martell, because I'm not about to be cooking every day. It's just not gonna happen. But I don't know.
Just give people a break, and I feel like he would want the same thing, because I feel like, what if, God forbid something was to happen to him and he couldn't make the same money? When he want a woman that's educated that can like step in and fill that gap for, you know what I mean? Until he maybe get himself back together. So it's the same thing with them going off and trying to fulfill their dreams. Like, just step in the gap a little bit for this temporary moment.
I feel like, to be honest, and I'm not being funny, but I feel like more so. I feel like, as some men, when they have this good job and then they lose it, they knock off the whole family. I feel like he just did not take it. I feel like his ego could not take it. Like,
really,
he just seems so. He's just very much old school. Like, if he had it his way, Tisha would have to quit her job. I think he's slowly coming along now, and he's supporting her. I think the show is helping that because he want to be seen in a different light. But I really believe if that show wasn't there, it would be crazy. Like,
Brittany, you got all your fingers in here tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Ladders. Thank you. Salute, Brittany. Salute. Y'all keep up the good work. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for dropping by.
Yes. But I think the watch was nice. I feel like maybe Maurice and Marceau, his brothers, they always gifting watches. They always watches. Even at Kimmy's son little graduation party they had where that all turned left, he got a watch. Maurice gave him a watch. So they may be brothers, honey. They keep giving out watches, okay?
Right. And that's not even like a really good gift. It's like, do you even know me? Why would you give me a watch?
Then they said the same line. This is timeless. They both said the same line. They said this is timeless. And I'm like, Lord, I'm over the watch. Can we pop out with a card maybe? Or
right. Or some shoes. Like, get something that you know that your girl would like, your lady would like.
Yes. I don't like the watches. I'm sure she got plenty of watches though. I'm sure.
All right, right.
But that's it. But I don't know. As far as like, I don't know. I feel like Tisha want Kimmy to chase after her. I do have that on here. Because I don't like that. I feel like, but I do get what Tisha was saying though. If anything, that action speaks for her, and I get that. But at what point do you keep having to beat the dead horse? I feel like if Kimmy can't be who you need her to be, then love her from a distance. Y'all love each other from a difference. Stop expecting you from other people because you're gonna play yourself every time. So I think she should just take the relationship for what it is. Y'all film together, y'all shoot it up, because it's a job at the end of the day. But we don't have to be friends because. Think about, all the reality shows. They get on camera and they talk to each other, but off the camera, they do not see or talk to these people. But it's a job, so we got to go ahead and do our job. So I feel like that's why I see the relationship going. I see them just being co-workers. The friendship is dead at this point.
Dang.
I feel like Kimmy don't respect Tisha at this point. It kind of gets, I wouldn't respect her. You crying every time. It's like, girl, you got how many kids? Like, I feel like the respect is there and they just need to just be cordial. And that's just a wrap for me. Like, and then the thing that hit me when Tisha was like, we're sisters. You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, I don't have sisters, but I have, me and my cousin is close. Me and my best friend are close. And suppose we had a little threesome thing going on. We all close. Tisha, I feel like Kimmy did right. You got to be neutral. If we're actually sisters like you want us to be sisters and all this, I'm not going to go be messing with you and then go be messing with her. I'm not going to take her side and then take that side. I'm going to play it neutral. So I feel like Kimmy's really not wrong at all. To me, I don't feel like she's wrong.
And especially because they're like newly sisters. I appreciate that Kimmy is being neutral. It's not like, I guess it is a difference when you are blood sisters, because I remember they were saying that about the Escape sisters, the Sky sisters in the group Escape, and how they back each other no matter what. You know what I mean? Even if my sister, I'm still going to be on her side kind of thing. But that's blood, like real sister. But they is sisters by marriage. It's not like, as grown women, Kimmy should be neutral. Like, and it's almost like, why can't you not respect that?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you said, we're not in preschool anymore. It's no sides in this stuff. Like, let it go.
I don't know, but that was the most raw scene of them all. It was the most hypest one. And I feel like from when they show the end of what's gonna happen, I hope they don't play this out. I maybe need one or two more episodes of them and their problems. I feel like it's changed the subject between Kimmy and Tisha. It's I don't want to hear about them no more, about who did what or who should have did what or who should have called who. I'm over that. I'm over it. That's all I got to say, honey. That was the last scene for me. But I don't know. I'm looking for the new season. Though I'm looking forward to it. Now I go back and forth to where Martell should have had his mistress on the show. I don't know.
If she was there, I don't think Melody.
No.
It'd probably be no show.
She definitely wouldn't be on there. And then I probably start watching because I'm there for Melanie. But it do make for good TV though. I ain't gonna lie, it do. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. But you know, the voice thing was good though. I guess when they played her voice last season.
That's what they say. Like that's as far as it should go.
Yeah.
But then again, you know what? I never forget how I felt when the mistress, when they first started talking about it. And I'm like, this is kind of sad that it's married people talking about a girlfriend. Like it just made me feel sad inside. Like that should never be a conversation. Like, do you not even care about the vows you made? And yes, you made them to me, but you also made them before God. Like, okay. But do you not think you have anybody to answer to? You know, and I just didn't like that. No, and the mistress, like they say, you lose them how you get them. So
yeah.
Just don't think that you're one upping the married woman or whatever. No.
Yeah, no.
You're just
like even with her interviews. Have you heard her interviews that she's done? Like the mistress, I think before she got pregnant, the interview, she don't see nothing wrong with what she's doing. And she calls Melanie, she's dumb. She's dumb. And I don't know what her mind frame is.
Right.
Mind frame is very childish. It's very childish. And I can see why Martell manipulated her because it seems so easy to manipulate her. Because it's just, I can't, for me, it's scary to even know that they have women that actually think like that. And then they have kids, you know? And then not kids, you have a daughter, you know? So I'm just like, whoo-wee, honey. Somebody please call CPS, honey. Because I don't like that.
Yeah, me. And then I'll be curious to know, like, do she want to get married one day? Because, okay, but you do reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You know, and all you can do is really pray for God's grace and mercy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's things that, you know, we all have done that God, like, grace, you know what I mean? Like, penalties we should have got, but, like, he did his grace and mercy. But it's just more so, like, the sisterhood thing that we was talking about. You did that to another woman. Like, how can you sleep at night? Do you not feel bad? Like,
then you she said she didn't know he was married, but when you found out, you should have kind of like backed off. Like, he belonged to somebody else, and he would never marry her. She would never be it.
And then I don't know about it is. I do feel like men can lie about that, but in a way, not in this day and age with social media and stuff like that and Google.
Yeah,
it would be hard for him not. And the fact that he's a public name, because guess what? If you like him, you gonna try to see if he is single because you want to marry him. So I don't believe that she didn't know he was married. Especially it seemed like they're kind of like popular in Huntsville, Alabama. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like I don't know how she didn't know. And it's possible, but
she do not have it all up there. She just don't. I see how it would be easy to fool her. I really do. Something is not right.
Like, but see, no, it's just like what you said. Her interviews afterwards. Why, if you didn't know he was married, why do you got all this energy for Melody? Like, he's the one that lied to you.
Because then it becomes like, for me being in that little situation with the triangle I was in for the few months I was in it, it's just this whole thing. I understand from her point, but at the same time, it's like her mindset now, I don't get it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can understand how her and Melody could be in that space, but it's like your mindset. Because some women are like that. Like, even with that woman, I've never attacked her or wanted to fight her, but she had that energy for me. But it's just crazy because that's not your man and you're invading on their covenant. So you should actually back off. But then Martell's telling her one thing and telling Melody one thing. So it's like women already have like this secret competition. So that kind of like it just flames it, where they just feel like whoever wins is the best woman. But just because Melanie divorced him, Melanie left him, she got to think about that. If I wouldn't have left him, you couldn't even have him. Which I don't think he would never claim her. Like, he still have not claimed her. I don't think he would never claim her. And she just would never be his wife. She was only good as the coleslaw.
Yeah.
That's it. Just a side dish. And that side dish hit right. You know, you want to dessert. You know, you have your main course. You like, I want something sweet. You know, she was that sweet, that glass of wine.
Mm-hmm. But the grass ain't always greener.
No, it's not. Because it's for me, it's hard to try to up Melanie. It's hard to get upgraded. Melanie is like the ideal woman, you know. Mm-hmm. So no,
he don't really deserve her.
No, he don't. No,
because he don't see her value.
No. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Martell needs help. I feel like he do. I do. I feel like he do see her value because that's why he didn't want the divorce. That's why I guess I wouldn't say he tried, but he hid it for 2 years. But I feel like that's why he came home every night. But he think that was respectfully cheating because he came home every night. But that doesn't mean nothing. But I feel like he definitely hurt. I was binge watching the old episodes, and Marcel told him this when they were going through it. Marcel told him, if you don't focus on your marriage now, you're gonna have plenty of time to do it later. Mm. And I was like, okay, I felt it, and that was him being a friend to him, but he didn't take that.
And that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna eventually resent Coleslaw once he lose all this stuff, and he looks back at it. Him like this was not worth it.
Yeah, it's never worth it. He's gonna be looking at her always like, what kind of woman was you to even allow this? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, for Melanie, I feel like Melanie, like Marcel said, I feel like she wouldn't have left if everybody didn't know. To be honest, I feel like Melanie wouldn't have left if the girl didn't keep the baby. I feel like Melanie would still be with him. I do. Because like I said, Scorpios are very loyal. And I know when I was married, I gave 20, 30, like I gave so many chances. Like when you're married and you're in a covenant, it's just a different type of holding on, you know. It's a different type of I'm gonna give it all. That's why I believe she said God told her to go, it was time to go. But me personally, I don't believe she would have left if the girl wouldn't have kept the baby, because they say she'd have been pregnant before.
So I feel like you're onto something, because that's isn't that the reason why Wendy Williams finally left? Because the mistress had a baby.
Yeah.
And allegedly the mistress always been around. You know what I mean?
Exactly. 10 years.
Yeah. But it was that baby.
Yeah, it was the baby. Sometimes it is just the baby. Sometimes women have this thing where a man gonna be a man. And Martell had that whole mindset too. And I mean, I guess Melanie was okay with it. I mean, he had the girlfriend for 2 years. I was just like, that was grounds to leave for me. But hey, she stayed. I felt like the baby killed the vibe. And that's what it is. That's all it is. Okay?
Yeah. Because everybody's not a Rashida. No, I'm like, you know what? There's some women that do stay after a baby. Mm-mm. No, everybody's not a Rashida. Everybody's not a Gabrielle Union. So
no, everybody is not. No,
I agree. At least wear condoms and not bring children outside. Yeah, children outside of your house, out of the. Yeah, it's bad. Period. But
I wonder if Miss Alvin I wonder if she believe in respectfully cheating. Because she said at least wear a condom. She said at least. She like, if you're going to cheat, at least put that condom on.
Yes.
I wonder if do you believe in respectfully cheating? Do you believe if you're going to cheat, just do it respectfully? Do you believe that?
I'm looking for a comment.
Because for me, it's like, don't cheat, okay? Don't cheat. Or you ain't going to have nothing to put a condom on, okay? Don't do it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because obviously, you're not being completely satisfied. So go where you are. You know what I mean? Like, I want that for you. Go.
Right. And see, I'm not going to do the double standards. I'm going to go ahead and just say what it is. Like, just like I talked about how the men wanted their wife to cook and all of that. Remember that scene where Martell was saying he was doing that because she stopped giving oral? Like, remember, he was like, you stopped doing that. And she told him, I've never done that. Like, I've never did that to you. Mm-hmm. I feel like same thing. Start how you want to finish. If I wasn't doing it before, don't look for it now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Good point. Yeah, don't flip the script. Yeah. Don't change the contract.
Nope, don't change the contract. Start how you want to finish. And I feel like keep that same energy. First, man or woman side. If I ain't been doing it then, don't look for it now.
Yeah. Honestly, he wasn't ready to be married. Because he wind up like cheating and finding out something else, and then try to bring it back to his, like, you know what I mean, like his bid with with her instead of just like, I don't know, instead of just, he should already had his like lust and all that stuff out of his system before he married. Like,
they got married so young though. They got married in college. They met in college. They met in college. They were really young.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't you know me? I'm gonna F you up. But for the ones who do wear cardiac diseases and kids are outcome, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts, especially the FK girl, especially the FK honey. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's too much, but I'm looking forward to the next episode. I'm looking forward for the season. And I don't know. I think it's going in a good direction, even though I feel like eventually Melanie needs to have her own show, because I feel like this last season should be it as far as the whole, you know?
Yeah, because I'm going to be tired of it too.
Yeah, I feel like either one of them need to start dating at this point. Now, if one of them start dating next season, then I'll be happy with it.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. I would like to see Melanie date. I would like to see more of her music career. I like how she's doing things, life after divorce. Like, I really like that about her. And I know she's going to get somebody dope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think she has somebody now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see her Tasha K interview, and, you know, the way she was inkling that, you know, she's definitely getting her toes curled, honey. So.
What was the Tasha K interview?
Oh, Tasha K interviewed her like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months at the May. It was this year. It was a good interview. It was a good interview, and she seemed like she definitely, you know, living her life. I don't know if she's gonna post a man or have him on camera though, but I feel like she's definitely dating. Sure do.
Oh, well, I watched the one that she did with Funky Dineva because like I really like his YouTube channel, and I seen that interview, but did I see the one? I don't remember the one with Tasha K.
Yeah, the Funky Dineva one was good too. Did you see? Did you see Heavenly interview with Martell?
No, but I seen,
that was a good one.
Seen Funky Dineva's review of it, so I just left it with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to watch the video. That was a good video that Tasha K did with Melanie. I feel like she's dating, even because I follow her and I'm up to, I love me some Melanie. Even she does the Q&A, and some person had put, I saw the they said I saw the shoes. They said I saw the gray socks and the other wine glass or something. So that was pretty much saying that she had like a man there, but she didn't say nothing. She was just like, okay. So I think she's dating. I'm happy she's dating. But
me too. But no, you can't hide nothing from the internet. I didn't know her screen and stuff.
No, you can't hide it. But I'm looking forward. That's the only way I'll be satisfied with next season between Melanie and Martell. Either one of them got to start dating. Other than that, I'm gonna just be like, it's just kind of boring at this point,
Yeah.
Right. And I'm hoping this is the last time they talk about the divorce, because this season, talk about it and let's be done. Do not bring that into next season. I don't want to hear about no divorce.
Exactly. No, me neither. Okay, so this was good. I don't see we have any more comments, so I guess we'll wrap this up.
I enjoyed it.
Yes, me too. So
I don't talk to people that watch the show, so this was good. Thank y'all for anybody. Don't forget to press the like button. Anybody that stopped in, checked in, thank you so much. Definitely appreciate it for you guys taking your time out of your Sunday, and thank you so much for inviting me to do this. I enjoyed it.
Of course. So until next Sunday, guys, don't forget to watch. If you're not watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, it comes on their own channel on Sundays at 9. So tune in so you can join in the conversation for when we talk about this next Sunday.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.